How are you? You can't answer. I hope none of you are doing bad. Cool. Good start. As always. Strong start. Weak finish. No, everything's weak. This is a weak start. I'm sorry. Didn't get too much sleep last night. Actually, probably about the same as usual, honestly. I went to bed a lot earlier than usual because I had something important and adult to do today. Unfortunately for me. No, most of it entailed sitting in a coffee shop for 2 hours. I felt like such a creep. So I really... Coffee is a big thing in my life. This has nothing to do with anything. I'm sorry. This is how it is. Maybe I should talk about the build first, and talk about coffee when I've run out of things to talk about. So, welcome. You've probably read the title of the video. I don't know if it's going to be called the Landgraab Mansion or Affluista Mansion. Affluista Mansion is the name of the lot. Coincidentally, I think it's a fantastic name. Tom thought so as well. If you can hear clicking in the background, that's Tom playing Warcraft 3, since the remastered version just got announced, so that's pretty neat. Anyway, irrelevant again. I'm bad at this. Can you tell? Of course you can. I'm so sorry that you're here. I don't know how you got here. But I'd like it if you stay. Okay, god, this is sad. But yeah, so, Landgraab Mansion. I've never played in it, but I took a quick look at it. Not a big fan. No, I'm sure it's fine. It's pretty good. Honestly, I couldn't do much better. And yet for some reason I attempted to anyway. But I don't know. It was just a bit plain for them, I guess. They seem far more, or at least Nancy seems like she'd want her house to be recognisable. They seem to live on the top of a cliff. Like, if you look over the back, you can see a massive dip. You can see the rock face there a little bit, kinda, sorta. And there's a big hill down that way. And then if you turn and look the other way, there's this long winding road that leads up to it. So they're literally at the peak of this sort of mountain. Maybe using terrain tools here could be fun. Maybe I should have waited. But every idea I get right now, I'm like, maybe I should wait until I can use terrain tools. Like, no, just go back and rework them. Don't get lazy. Don't use it as an excuse. Me? I would never. No, I would. I have already. I'm sorry. Why am I confessing these things? I don't know. I'm stupid. But yeah. I wanted the Landgraab Mansion to be a little more affluent. Get it? Affluista Mansion? Yeah, you know. So I sort of played with the levels a little bit. I started with the pool, and that was the main part of this build. I wanted them to have a big, recognisable pool. Like, they probably don't even use it that much. Maybe... Oh god, what's the son's name? I can't remember. Ah, that's awkward. Oh god, I've actually forgotten his name. Malcolm, that was it, I think. I hope that's not the dad's name. No, that is the son's name, but I can't remember the dad's name. We'll call him Dad. I'm a Sims fan. I'm an expert. Don't know the NPC's name. They're not even NPCs because they are playable characters. But anyway, maybe Malcolm uses it. Nancy probably sunbathes near it. Maybe. And then does So I imagine the Landgraabs to be a little like, if you've played GTA 5, you know, Michael's family, a little like that, but maybe also not like that actually, because I think Michael and his wife kind of care about each other. I don't know. Why are we... Let's not make an essay out of this. This isn't a case study. But yeah, did you know that Johnny Zest is actually the Landgraab's other son, who they found to be a disappointment, so they just bought in the house and stuck him, like, nearby, but not living with them. You probably did know that. The game's fairly old by now. But if you didn't, fun fact... What day is it? Fun fact Monday. Oh, that would have been better if it was Friday. But hey, wait, I don't know if this is actually... Wait, this will probably go out on Tuesday. Fun fact, Tuesday. I'm editing this on Monday, clearly, obviously. Not that that's important. Anyway, you may have seen me just tear a hole in the floor. That will make a difference soon. I really wanted to have, wow, I was gonna say pine cones. Wow, sorry, I didn't get much sleep. What are those trees called? Oh, I'm stupid. Palm trees. That's the one. Well done, Catherine. You're really stupid. No, just forgetful and not good with plants all the way outside. Anyway, long story short, that took me ages to get to. I'm sorry. I'm not good at speaking. I need scripts, obviously. But I wanted to cut a hole in the roof/floor so that the palm trees could like go through a few layers of floor. That made no sense. Did that make sense? I hope you understood what I meant. I don't know what I meant, but you'll see. I wanted the palm trees to go through a couple holes so you could see them poking through the roof. I think that was a better explanation. There was a weird process to this build. I knew what I wanted the front to look like, but I didn't know what I wanted the inside or the back to look like, which is why we're only doing the ground floor now, and I don't know if I finish it right now. I think I come back to it, because I'm like, who knows what this is going to be. Because the main living space is on the first floor, and then the second floor is pretty much bedrooms, but they're very open-looking bedrooms. There's a lot of windows. Like, I wouldn't live here. There are too many windows, not enough privacy, and that block we're working on right now, that's all of that is going to be the dad's office, pretty much. He's got a big office, he's an important guy, he makes a lot of money, he needs this massive office apparently. To be fair, a lot of it's kind of like... I'm sorry, this is a terrible explanation, I'm not good at talking on my own. Help me. Oh yeah, as you can see we cut another hole in another roof because palm trees are big. So yeah. Yeah, so the dad's office, you enter onto the ground floor and you can go upstairs to the first floor, but both of those floors, oh my god, this explanation, both of those floors are kind of cut in half so you can see down into the floor below. So on the ground floor you can see into the basement. The basement in this house is pretty nifty. I never use that word. Why did I use that word? But I don't show it in this video because it took me a long time to figure out rooms and I wasn't keen on it and I thought about not using a basement at all. But you will see us decorating it in the next part. But yeah, I actually really like the basement in this build, and I don't normally like basements because the black ether makes me a little nervous for some reason. You know, just gives me a bit of... Is claustrophobia the right word? I don't know, but anyway. But because this lot's quite big, there was a lot we could do with the basement, so I ended up putting the basement floor, or what level would you call that, -1, of the dad's office down there. And it's also an area for entertaining guests. I mean, pretty much the whole mansion is for entertaining guests, except to the bedrooms, I hope. Oh god. But then again... I know a lot of people who play The Sims really like tearing apart NPCs' families, but then again also Eliza Pancakes is a fan of tearing apart families as well. Actually in my game, you know, she's not bad. I've spoken about this in the previous video, but for some reason in my game I see her and Bob out on dates a lot and they actually seem really happy together. So I don't know, I might remodel their house and actually knock down some walls and put their bedroom together. I guess in my game they got marriage counselling. I know Lil Simsy just put out a video where she rebuilt their house for her new save file, and she mentioned how back when Toddlers came out, EA actually put up their canon son called Iggy, which is... that's a name that exists, I guess. It sort of triggers me because it reminds me of Hetalia, because everyone called England Iggy because it's short for Igirisu, which is Japanese for England, but it made no sense for anyone but Japan, really, to call him that. But I don't want to keep exploring this because you'll learn too much about me and the things I read back when I was in that fandom. I'm so glad I was too insecure to cosplay because I would have looked like a slug. And not even an attractive slug, just disgusting. There's some photos of me back when I went to a couple anime conventions with my friends, and I didn't cosplay. I was just wearing the grossest, oldest, rattiest hoodie, the biggest backpack, and I don't know why, I'm pretty sure I had nothing in it except my DS and my purse, and just disgusting second-hand, maybe third-hand sweatpants, and the grossest, fattest looking trainers that were way too big for me. And I didn't look like I washed my hair, I looked disgusting, basically, and Hetalia is not a phase I really want to remember. So there's that. None of you probably watch Hetalia or know what it is, and I'm sorry for talking about that. I just have a lot of strong, awful memories from it. No, it wasn't that bad because I didn't cosplay, like I said. If I'd cosplayed, there would be a lot of bad memories. Oof. Yikes. So, okay, why did people start saying oof and yikes? Is it from the same I sound so old, oh my god. But I noticed people started saying both those things a lot, and I don't know if they're from the same source. I started saying it as kind of like an ironic meme to make fun of people, but I don't even understand the context, because I'm clearly too old to what? I'm clearly too old to internet anymore. I am ashamed. But then again, I've never been up to date with slang. Even when I was in high school, I was like, what does that mean? People were like, oh my god. Except no, they didn't say that because they weren't American. They didn't sound like, oh my god, because I'm from England, what am I doing? Whenever I impersonate anyone for any reason, I always do an American accent, and I don't know why. I'm sorry if you're American, forgive me. I think I was talking about something relevant until I thought of Hetalia. How did I start thinking of that? Oh yeah, Iggy, their son, right. Wow, I actually remembered. But yeah, before I found out that they made the pancakes a canon son, I actually gave them a son myself. I aged them both up to be adults, gave Eliza greying hair, and I gave them a son, but their son doesn't like either of them very much. He thinks his dad's too much of a pushover, so he takes advantage of him, and he doesn't think too highly of his mum either. But since they didn't get along when he was really young, he's kind of like, why should I respect you guys if you don't respect each other? And even though in my game they do get along now, I've decided their son kind of resents them a bit because they didn't give him the happiest childhood. Like, it wasn't awful, but he spent most of his days at friends' houses and stuff. You know, like that kind of thing. Oh, so here I wanted to like make that pre-existing garden-y looking patch kind of continue. So I tried to not replicate, but do a similar sort of shape to the one that already is there, and just put in the same sort of plants, and just, I don't know, make it look a bit cohesive and fit the environment. I think it works pretty well. I didn't do the white border, because if I did the white border I'd have to use a fence, I think. No, not necessarily, I could use the pool trim, actually. But anyway, I just wanted it to look a bit more natural, like they really did sort of, they saw that and they were like, yeah, let's build on top of that. If you wanted it to look more like a replica of that, you could use the pool trimming stuff to go around, but then again, that doesn't curve. Just because if you do the raised ground and just frame that with a fence, that can't actually stretch all the way to the edge of the lot, which is why I did it like this. Why is that? Why does there have to be one square of space between fence and the edge of the lot? It bothers me because I don't understand the reason for it. I don't know why I can't put my fences and raised foundation right at the edge of the lot. There has to be a reason, I just don't know what it is because I'm stupid and haven't looked into it. I could try googling it, maybe, who knows, probably not, too lazy for that. There was quite a bit of space out the front, so I wanted to throw this path in. I didn't know if I was going to keep this, but I do a little dip in the middle somewhere, and I actually really like it. I raise up the path in a second. Yep, right now, I guess. Wow, I actually did something when I said I would. Amazing. But we end up cutting out a little of the path to make a little dip, just to give it some depth. I quite like it. Right here, yeah. Well done, past me, for doing this all in one go, and not in 5 parts that makes it impossible to edit properly. Good job. I don't include it in this video, but we put this little rock garden in that stand bit, you know, like right between the pool and the path. Maybe you know, maybe you don't, whatever. Right now we're sticking a glass roof above Nancy and the dad's room. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I'm bad at Sims. Fake fan. I wouldn't want a glass roof. That would make me nervous. If you want to actually put a glass roof on and cut out the thing it's on top of, just throw a fence underneath it and bulldoze that bit of floor so you can literally see through the roof and into the room. Gives it a lot of natural light. Love it. Looks great. Looks good, in my humble opinion. But yeah. I was initially going to try and do this in one part, but it's a bit big, especially with the basement. But I promise in part 2 it will be finished, and hopefully it won't be excessively long. I'm trying really hard, kinda hard, sort of, to make my videos a bit shorter and easier to watch, because I know they're pretty long, and no one wants to sit down and watch something for that long. Unless it's a Shane Dawson conspiracy video or something. Me? No, I don't watch those. Anyway, I'm gonna go, so yeah. Bye. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time, and like and subscribe and stuff. I gotta remember to say those things. Okay, bye.